guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Sincerely Owosa. If you are new to my channel and you haven't come across my mug before, I upload beauty, lifestyle and straight talking videos, one of which we be doing today, yo. But yeah, so today we are going to be talking about vaginas. Yeah, I mean, there's no cute way to introduce it. That's what we're talking about today. I always thought that, I think a lot of people think that vagina is such an ugly word. I wish it had like there was less of an emphasis on the vag part. You know, if it was vagina sounds like Regina or Regina. It could be a name. Yeah, it's just a very harsh word, but I kind of want to tackle some stuff around vaginas, and not just vaginas, but just the way we see ourselves. Not so much sexually, but literally how we see vaginas. So obviously there's been like a lot of talk and you know, in recent years about hygiene, in terms of vaginal hygiene and stuff, and I just wanted to tackle some myths, because I mean, I'm not even a science student and I know some stuff that some people don't. And when I mean I was really bad at science, but it's alright because I got my law degree in the end. Let's just talk a bit about why you don't actually need to wash your vagina. Shocking. Hear me out here. Don't press the dislike button just yet. I was doing a lot of research, and a lot of doctors of gynecology and obstetricians have been talking about vaginas and how vaginas actually clean themselves with the help of discharge. You know, that kind of like egg white type textured discharge that you get down below the waistline. You keep your vagina healthy, according to these doctors, not me, okay? So don't send for me. And they've said that you actually maintain good vaginal health by just exercising and having a good diet. Nothing else more to it. Vaginal discharge has got a lot of like bad press over the years, and a lot of people think it's a sign of sexual infection or something like that, but discharge is actually very normal, and it just shows that your vagina's working. Fun fact of the day: did you know that your vagina actually contains more bacteria than anywhere else in the body apart from your bowels? Look, ladies, this is what I'm saying today. Yeah, I realize we are powerful. Vaginas actually are. We've got the power. Now, the bacteria in your vagina provides certain things, or it provides numerical dominance, aka strength in numbers. And that means they are there to outnumber any potentially harmful bacteria that may enter the vagina. Now, I wanted to do this video for two reasons. One, to just like bust some myths about vaginal hygiene, and two, kind of bust some myths about how we see vaginas ourselves. Now, for any of you guys who have been with my channel for a while, you know that I did a video like 2 years ago called My Pornography Was My Addiction. For people who are new to my channel, basically I was molested when I was 5 years old by someone looking after me, and it's just like I'm smiling not because of the memory, but just kind of how far I've come. But yes, I was molested when I was 5, and that kind of opened the doorway really for sexual desires at a very young / very premature age. So by the time I was 14, I was very addicted to pornography. And it not just pornography, but being abused and molested really affected the way I saw my body and I saw myself. For anyone who's been sexually abused, and I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, is that for people who've been sexually abused or molested at a young age, the way you see your body is very distorted, it's very sexual, and it's so sad that you don't, like, a part of me is mourning the fact that I wasn't able to see my body change with innocence. So I wasn't able to, every time I looked at my body, I didn't see, oh, there's just me growing up. It was, I'm only a sexual creature because that's how I was treated by the person who abused me. Now, after I was molested, and then I was addicted to pornography at 14, that addiction carried on for 7 years. All of that, even especially like with the pornography addiction, that really really affected the way I saw myself, because I saw women in porn doing only sexual things and only being treated as sexual creatures. And I really accepted that view that a woman's body is dirty, or a vagina is dirty, or a vagina is just a sexual thing. Almost like in porn, a lot of the times it's treated with like a certain harshness and a certain like violence. And that's something that I really couldn't see past that for a very, very long time. And I remember when I was 18 and I first got into a relationship, I wouldn't say it made it worse, but because I was in a relationship, I was then exposed to, I am a virgin. I was adamant during our relationship that I would keep my virginity, but in terms of sexually, I was starting to see myself as only something that's a sexual thing, and becoming Christian at 21 has really helped change the way I see things. And I know for other people who've been abused, things like counselling and therapy and just travelling and doing a bit more of self-care has helped them see their bodies in a different way. But for me, becoming Christian really did, and it helped me to see that my body has been given to me by God. And it's not, I think a lot of the times when I wasn't a Christian, I really didn't understand that, because I used to think, oh my gosh, like the body's a God's temple, and oh my gosh, I can't do anything with it. And it's not that, it's more treating it with such care and such love. And even if you're not a Christian watching, I kind of wanted to just show you that having a woman's body is such a prize and it's such a treasure. Like, just reading the stats on what our bodies can do, like our bodies literally carry life in them. And not to be all like Mother Earth and poetic, but it's true. Like, every person in this earth has come into this earth because of a woman. And I just want to encourage you guys to, if you are struggling to see yourself as yourself instead of I'm just a sex object, or my vagina is just for sex. Our bodies are much more than that. For me, it was, I really spent some time looking at myself without makeup, without clothes, and actually accepting what I have. And then I was able to appreciate it. And I know it's a lot harder to do. I would just encourage you guys to just spend some time like just looking at yourself and accepting yourself. I feel like the world tells us that we're not supposed to look at our bodies, but there's nothing wrong with looking at your body and accepting it. And we have to, because the media and the world tells us not to. Especially as women, we get much more pressure from the media to look a certain way. So I feel like a step forward to combat that is to accept our bodies ourselves. And also, if you do need counselling, don't be afraid to speak to somebody. If you live in the UK, there's charities like Relate that you can speak to for counselling. You can go to your GP and ask for a therapist. I think they call it a counsellor or therapist. I'm not sure the exact terminology. But just seek help. Don't be afraid to say that you need help. I will list as well the charities that I know that work with women or work for counselling people in general, if you do need the extra help. But yeah, just know that you're not the only one going through it. If you have been sexually abused and you can't get past seeing yourself as how your abuser saw you, just know that you are more than that. You're more than that. And the person that abused you has their own problems, and that's why they did it. It has nothing to do with you. It wasn't your fault. But just make sure that you are aware now that if you are seeing yourself that way, okay, what am I going to do about it? Because that is not the way to live. And yeah, just be brave. It is really hard seeing yourself as more than what your abuser saw you as, seeing yourself as more than for sex or for abuse. It is very, very difficult, and it's a very slow process, but eventually you will get there. And I hope that everyone watching this will be able to look at their bodies and accept it for the beauty that it is. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I'm sorry I waffled. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, thank you for going on this journey with me, because it's been a long journey from when I was abused to when I was struggling with pornography addiction to when I was in a terrible relationship to now. It's just been a long struggle in seeing my body as beautiful, and I finally feel like I've got to the point where I can see my body as beautiful and know that vaginas are more than, you know, a sexual object. It's more than that. There's so much science, there's so much beauty and like actual scientific power behind it. So I hope this has helped. If it did, and if you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I will be back with a video soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.